Chick-fil-A was a success. You guys liked it, right?
Yes, it was good.
It's really good.
Check that off the bucket list. No, just excited about the opportunity. I think it's fun this time of year, certainly, and I'm not sure we played our best basketball in that first game, but it had been a while and kind of got the jitters out and that kind of thing. I think everybody saw a little bit of that from everybody, but excited to be playing and surviving another day and look forward to the challenge tomorrow.
Ariel, can you talk a little bit about how Coach gives you some freedom in the offense, or if she does?
If she does.
I don't want to assume, and just what your role is in the offense and how you look to dribble, drive, shoot from the perimeter combination.
No, Coach Merchant gives me a lot of freedom. I feel like she gives us all, freedom within the offense. We do have, set plays that we look to go to, just to keep us disciplined. I feel like, because, the beginning of the year we weren't getting into the bigs enough, so we put particular plays in for that. And then plays for, Tori to come off double stacks, look for her to, get her shot off more. And when it comes to me, I guess I just try to get my team involved and take the shots that's, best selection for me. And if they hit, they hit. If they don't, oh well. But that's kind of what happens with the offense.
Ariel, I know you said yesterday you kind of crossed paths with Victoria a little bit. What's it going to be like when you see, obviously you're the all-time leading scorer here, Victoria is a great scorer there. Though that kind of matchup between the matchup of Michigan State and Mississippi State, what are you kind of looking forward to?
Oh, I'm just excited. Honestly, I'm excited about the whole thing. Just, getting our first win under our belt and just playing at Mississippi State. I watched their games a lot, so it's kind of like I was a fan a little bit coming and watching them yesterday because I watched a lot of their games. So it was crazy seeing, the coach and then seeing them play as a team, actually being here. But I'm just excited about the whole matchup thing. I'm not really so focused on, a me versus her thing. It's more of us, as a team and us getting the win.
Tori, Mississippi State, their style of play, they kind of like to slow it down, muck it up a little bit, just kind of the defense. And you guys obviously scored a lot of points. Do you think this is kind of impose your tempo on another team? Is that what you think both teams will try to do?
I don't know if that's really how it'll go, but like Coach Merchant has said, we kind of have the ability to morph into whatever we need. We could be a high-scoring offense, or we can battle it out with teams like Rutgers, who are low-scoring, just trying to get some good shots and score. So we're just excited about playing against them. Every team has their own thing, and we have our own thing, so we're going to try and do that against them. So we're just excited to be able to play again tomorrow.
Jasmine, can you talk about how you try to operate in the paint area? Because on Friday you showed a really good knack for being able to carve out position in the post and seal the defender. Just give the passers really good angles to get you the basketball. Based on what Ariel said about not getting the ball maybe enough early, can you talk about your role?
Yeah, all season we've really tried to emphasize getting the ball inside, and I feel like we've been executing that a lot better lately. And my teammates, do a great job of looking for me, and I thought they did a great job last night. And I just tried to seal and do my job, and then they did their job, and it seemed to be working.
Jasmine, how do you go about attacking a front court like a Chinwe Okori who's 6'5" or a Tierra McCollum who's 6'7"? How do you go about doing that? Do you change it all, or what's kind of the game plan?
We play in a pretty tough conference. We play in the Big Ten, so we have, a lot of big players, and so it's not really anything new. I've faced, bigger players all year, and, they're great players, but I'm just excited, to play again tomorrow, so.
And Tori, Coach just talked about the options that you guys have on offense. As someone who runs the show a lot, can you talk about how that makes either your job or the quote-unquote point guard's job easier that you have so many options?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's so much different than last year. Last year was kind of like near Ariel, trying to get up a shot at any point, just making sure we got one off. But this year it's like they can't, if they try and double down on Jazz, which a lot of teams do because she's scoring fairly easy down there, you have 3-point shooters like me, Brandy, Ariel, all of us can shoot. So who do you really double off of? Or you want to try and go and double Ariel because, she is the player she is. Who are you going to double off of? Are you going to leave me or Brandy or Jazz open down low? It's like with having so many people on our team that can score and do so many different things and score in different ways, it's kind of hard to be able to double on somebody that's going off, or it really does make my job easier, finding open people, because there's never going to be two people on one, really.
You talked about watching Mississippi State. Dominique Dillingham, what do you like about her game and what she brings to the table?
That's 0-0, right? Sorry, I know more like the numbers instead of the names. But, she's a defensive player. Obviously, she's really good. She usually, guards the best player on the opposite team. I more look at her as a defensive player more than anything, so that's what I'll say about her.
Jasmine, in a game yesterday where you might be, the tallest player on the court, and then going into a matchup where you're not the tallest player on the court, does that change your approach at all with such a quick turnaround?
No, honestly, not really. Like I said, I've been playing against taller players all season, and we've played Baylor, and I've played Notre Dame before. So I just try to go into the game with the same mentality.
Ariel, I'm curious, what did you and Victoria talk about yesterday when you kind of crossed paths about
It was funny because her trainer actually said something when I was walking out. You look more excited to see her than you ever do to see me. It was just kind of like a "what's up, how you been" thing. How's your body doing? Good luck in the game against Chattanooga, and she told me good luck. And we didn't really speak much about if we won or if we're gonna play each other. It was just kind of hi, how you doing thing. That was it.
Is this kind of a game that you look forward to when there's another high-scoring opponent out there that you can kind of go at a little bit?
Yeah, obviously, we all love to compete. That's, our thing, as Spartans. So when you see, obviously a girl like Vivian, you want to do well against her, no doubt about that. But it's not all about, me and Vivian at all. It's about, the Spartans and Mississippi State going at it. And I think that's where I can be better. Not thinking about myself makes me better when it comes to playing out there and giving to my teammates, I think. So, I'm excited about Mississippi State and Michigan State playing. So, yeah.
Any other questions for the players? Okay, ladies, you're dismissed. With your man getting beat yesterday, all the media covering them are coming here.
Oh, are they? Jeez.
I'll have a few more faces tomorrow.
Okay. Not good.
Maybe they'll leave the bad luck. Okay, questions for Coach?
Coach, can you talk about how many ugly games that you've been a part of this season?
Yeah, there's been quite a few. I think over the course of the year, you have those. A lot of them happen early, but there's some different styles of play that sort of dictate that. This is kind of what you're getting to. More defensive battles probably. Imposing your will on the other guy, and whoever's going to come out victorious, we shall see kind of mentality. So, yeah, it's going to be a very physical game. Mississippi State does a great job being physical and denying and pressuring, and their style is a challenge to play against. So, we haven't played anybody exactly like them, for sure. So that will be a challenge. But I think, we've had opportunities this season where a handful of games where it's been ugly.
How do you think that you've responded when maybe a team is, because I know Coach Stringer loves to play that kind of in-your-face kind of defense. How do you think that your kids have responded in situations like that?
I think they've done a good job. We certainly have that with Rutgers. There's no question. I think they play that kind of style. I think. Mississippi State is probably a little stronger in the passing lanes, a little more disciplined in certain areas, better charge takers. They finish plays a little bit better. So, it's probably looking like we're going to play Rutgers on steroids, maybe. That's kind of what you see. They do a really good job. quick release, really, really quick release, deep range, quick release. Can put it on the floor enough that it makes it a challenge. You know, you got to get up in her space because she can lull you to sleep with the dribble and a shot, or she can come off really quick, a double stag, and get her feet set, square her hips, and the shot's gone before you can even get a hand up. And then when you do get the hand up and get in her space, she's pretty good at putting it on the deck. So, you know, she presents a lot of challenges. There's no question about it. And they do a nice job of trying to free her up for those opportunities. So we know it's going to take a team effort. But I also think they have some other really nice pieces, and they're great on the boards. You know, obviously they're pretty talented at getting offensive rebounds. I think they had 24 in the first game here, and that's a nice staple for them too.
I know Tori was saying that the team can play any style really you need to, but is it safe to say that you guys would like this game to get into the 70s or something that would be more of your style of play to get it a little more high scoring?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I suppose, I guess everybody, I'm sure, you know, Vic would say he wants his team to score a lot of points too. You know, everybody likes that, but players like that, fans like that. I don't know. We haven't really talked about that kind of thing. I think, you know, it'll sort of work itself out. You know, to be honest, during the game, I mean, there's certain things we have to be able to handle that their defense presents, and you know, we got to be able to make adjustments accordingly to the way they do things. Can't play the same way as you played against Belmont and other teams. So, you know, as Tori mentioned, I think we've had the opportunity to, you know, play different styles this year. And as Jazz mentioned, so, you know, we're going to do our best to put the best game plan together and try to combat some of the things they do well, just like they're going to do the same to us.
When you go against a team that, you know, anchors itself on defense, how does it help having a player like Ariel that has some freedom within the offense, which can kind of orchestrate something that they may not even have seen before because it's not necessarily a set run play?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you have a guard play, you know, that's kind of what you mentioned with the Vivens kid. It's like anybody that can doesn't need a lot of I guess they don't need a screen to score. Basically, they can create their own shot. When you have something like that, it allows you some opportunities offensively, I think, to score the basketball maybe a little differently than other people. You know, Vivens, they do a good job setting her up, but at the same time, she can just get her own shot off too. And I think that's maybe what Ariel brings to the table.
Coach, you talk about Mississippi State being a physical team. Do you think Dominique Dillingham or Double Zero kind of is the?
Oh, she's a catalyst for sure. I mean, she's a really, really tremendous defender. I've watched a lot of film. She does a pretty good job, you know, of setting people up, you know, charge wise, just stepping in their path, impeding the progress of the offensive player a lot, you know. And she does a really good job getting hands on the ball. I mean, even just yesterday, she's the 50-50 charge taking, diving on the floor, getting their defense going. I mean, she ran that Chattanooga kid down that looked like she was going to get a wide open layup and block the shot. So, I mean, she's just, you can tell she's kind of the heart and soul of the defense. Sort of starts with her, and everybody kind of tries to live up to her standard.
How do you go about sort of attacking a player like that, or do you avoid her? What's the approach there?
I mean, I guess to me, we got to do a good job of setting our screens up and using screens. Got to be careful of body control. We've talked a lot about that. You know, as you're just cutting and moving and she jumps in the way and falls down. I mean, it seems like she gets those calls a lot. Being able to have good body control when you drive, because she's always going to be in a charge position. I think her and Morgan William do a great job of being in position to take charges, as well as some of their other kids too. I mean, obviously that's a big emphasis. So, you know, we've really talked more about body control and kind of understanding who's in front of you. Make sure that you're not pushing off, because, you know, that could get you in trouble too. You know, the way they operate. So, and we're just really going to try to work hard to set and use screens, get open in space, step to meet your pass. I mean, there's only so much you can do at some point. You know, you gotta. But we're not focused just on her. I mean, like, I think we have other kids that can score the ball as well. So hopefully we can do some things offensively to free some of those kids up as well.
Coach, I asked Ariel about the freedom that she has offensively. She looked like she was at her best against Belmont when she was in rhythm, and she was maybe creating a little bit or getting passes in with her feet in the right steps. How do you try to keep her in rhythm because she looks like she's so comfortable when she's really playing fluidly?
Yeah, I mean that's probably going to be difficult at times against Mississippi State the way they play. So like again, we have to kind of understand that. You can't let that frustrate you. But Ariel, we just try to. We do try to give her the freedom. She can defensive rebound and push the ball at the 4 position. If she's playing the 4, if she's at the 3, we can post her. We bring her off pin downs and double stags. We put her in ball screens. I mean, we do try to. She's so versatile. There's not many players in the country that can do all the things she can do. So it's just going to be important that we understand that, like for her, every shot isn't going to come as easily as it might have in the past, just the way these guys play, and that's okay. We just got to stay patient. I think that's the biggest key with Mississippi State is just to stay patient, work the ball. Don't pick your dribble up, simple things that everybody knows kind of since the time you've been in 4th grade, the coach told you not to do, and now it's obviously at a more aggressive pace and they really play defense exceptionally well. And for Ariel, it's just about, not worrying about too many things, just trying to stay within her own rhythm and her own pace and freeing her up as best we can.
I know Jasmine was asked about this, but have y'all faced posts in the Big Ten like Mississippi State had or 6, 5, 6, 7?
Not that big, but power wise, probably Maryland with Jones and Melina Howard. They probably obviously the 6'7" and 6'5" are a little bit bigger than what they are. But we've also played Baylor this year, and they are top to bottom a bigger team. They have more bigs that are built like that. The Cave kid, the Montpierre, and Kalani Brown. I mean, that's a 6'7" power guy. I mean, it's like kind of putting the McGowan kid and Shanae, I don't know how to say her name, but 45 together. It's an impressive combination. So we've faced that. It's been a while, but we certainly have faced that kind of size and athleticism. So in the Big Ten, it'd probably be, if I had to make a comparison, it'd probably be a smaller version in Maryland, but the power and the physicality, Maryland does a good job with.
Does it change your style at all or your game plan, or do you just try to be yourself and no matter the opponent when you're facing that kind of size?
I think you have to make adjustments. Yeah, of course. I think you do. There's no question that, you can't just do exactly what you want to do, how you want to do it, and think it's going to happen for you. You're going to have to be able to do some things that hopefully combat some of that. What those will be, I'm not going to tell you. That's what you're asking me. But, yeah, you have to make adjustments. I mean, that's some size and power in there that, it is a challenge for sure. Could try, though.
I don't know if you guys get USA Today at the hotel that you're staying at, but Christine Brennan had a column in USA Today about wondering why other women's basketball programs haven't caught up with Connecticut in terms of just that level of success. You've been around at different levels and have a lot of success. Any thoughts as to why that might not be the case?
I didn't read the article, but I will now. Yes, basketball season. I don't know if we're at war or what's going on here. But I think, I don't know the answer to that. I really don't. I mean, he does a great job recruiting. I think it always starts there. You get good players, and then he does a nice job of putting them together, demanding excellence. You can't, they've had people leave there and transfer out of there if they can't take it. I think he is who he is and has done an amazing job and has really put, it's impressive, and they put stats up there where he's right next to Phil Jackson with the most championships, past John Wooden, people like that. I mean, those are some pretty impressive people to be involved with or have your name mentioned with. So now I really don't have an answer for that. I do think it starts with the recruiting piece, and it does always start there. And then the next piece to that is that I think he has a standard, and you're either gonna fit it or you're not. And I think he's probably one of the best organizations looking across the board. There's been some great programs and dynasties, but I think you'd have to look at UConn and put them right up there with NFL teams and Major League Baseball teams that have had some of those successes. The way he runs his organization, it's a great job, and he's had assistants stay with him for a long time too. I think there's something to be said for that. They take care of them, and so there's probably some good continuity there.